level.
If a man cheats on his woman, he just lacks self-control. It doesn't mean that he doesn't care about her, and it doesnn't mean that he cares about
I don't think that either.
So, question for you: if your husband cheated on you, would you leave him?
No, I'd stay with him.
Okay. Cool.
Liam LA, the girl on the left broke her hand on the first stream.
On left?
Did somebody break their hand?
On Fuji's stream?
I think they're talking about me. I didn't break my hand. I don't know. People just make things up. I definitely did not break my hand.
All right.
I actually fell because I was wet because he pushed me in the pool.
I thought you was wet because, vagina. Never mind.
No.
Wait, question. You said you were talking. Did you go to the party with the guy that you're talking to?
I wasn't really talking to him at that time. We were talking, but not really. That
was less than a month ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say the numbers.
Can you zoom in fresh?
Bro, it was about 2.5 weeks ago. That party.
Okay, well, we haven't been talking. I met him a month and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah, we just started hanging out recently.
All right, so it's actually been exclusive. What, maybe for 2 weeks then?
Yeah, maybe 3. But I wasn't talking to him while I was at that party.
Good save.
Okay. All right, so we'll turn it to ladies. Ladies, question, topic of discussion, etc. that you have.
What have you heard about us?
Please be interesting.
Anything. We'll start here.
Oh, Myron, I hear you talk a lot about high value men, and I've heard you talk a little bit about your opinions on quote high value women, but I want to know what exactly you would consider a high value woman to be.
A woman that could lock down a high value man. I think women's value in the sexual marketplace is dictated, again, not their personal value as a human being, but their value within the dating marketplace, within relationships, right, are typically determined by the caliber of man they can attract.
Right.
I think that's why women put such a concerted effort into putting their looks into a certain, trying to look as good as they can. Women prioritize relationships typically over men. So I think a girl's value, a lot of the times, from a relationship standpoint, her measurement of success is, do you have the best guy that you can get? Versus a man is, how many hot chicks can you attract? So
that's valid.
Versus for women, it's not, y'all don't care about attracting a bunch of guys.
You do believe there are women that are high value. You just think their value is different. Determined different than a man.
Yes, the way they're determined to be high value is different, and then you could look at someone like Derek Jeter's wife. I would consider as a high value woman for sure, and then her behaviors exemplify that. If you look at her Instagram, right, it's very clean, it's very wholesome.
Yeah.
Versus you look at someone like Nina Agdal, right, who just the woman that's with Logan Paul right now, who's getting embarrassed all over the internet. That I would consider that's like a lower value woman that got lucky.
So
and actually, she's suing Dylan Dennis now.
Yeah,
you guys seen in the news.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she locked down Logan, but I don't know how much longer that's gonna last. We'll see.
Sorry, you had another one?
Yeah.
So I think you would agree that a man's value is built and a woman's value is preserved.
Yes, 100%. Like women basically are at the mountaintop. The guys have to climb the
mountaintop. I've heard that. Yeah.
It's on the woman to, she gets it. She gets it up front. It's on her to preserve it.
Yeah.
And it's really on her if she messes up.
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe in the whole concept of high value woman, because in my eyes, all women have value, but not all men have value.
Yeah.
So as much as people get mad at me for saying that, I'm like, actually, if you really look at it,
the men have the shorter end of the stick. They have to work for it.
They have to work for it. And then there's a reason why, too. If you look at it just from a biological standpoint, when they say, oh, women and children are first, right?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because the women, you don't need many men to continue society, but you need women to continue society.
Right.
And the children are the future. So they're like, we just need a couple of guys to continue society. So you losers, you guys are going to die. Let the women and the kids off first. So anybody else have anything or disagree? Or
I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
So the Logan Paul comment you just made, do you, from a guy's perspective, do you think his value goes down for being with a girl like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it sucks because we talked about this with Will Smith. I think for a man, giving a woman your last name is like a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of guys don't understand that their last name a lot of times carries value. And I don't think Logan Paul understands that. And he gave it to a woman that didn't deserve it. And in return, she's tarnishing his image. Because if you get involved with a girl that has a promiscuous past, right, and other men find out about it, they're never going to let you live it down. they're gonna make fun of you and roast you, etc. And they're gonna make fun of you even more so when you're famous, because it's like, dude, you should have known better. What are you doing? You have the opportunity to get other women. Why are you with this chick? So yeah, and we're seeing it in the most vicious way, obviously, with Dylan Dennis, because they have this boxing promo or whatever. But yeah, I mean, this happens all the time, whether you're in high school and people ridicule you for being with a girl that's, hooked up with some football player, or in college, wifing up some girl that's a sorority 304. Men have always kind of shit on each other for taking women seriously that don't necessarily deserve that position. And I would argue even more so, women lose respect for you too. Like girls make fun of 304s more than men do. Because like with girls, y'all slut shame even more, because you guys don't get a dude, you'll lose your job, you get canceled for saying that, but like a girl, you can easily be like, you fucking 304, blah blah blah. So
what do y'all consider a 304? Like, is it the way she dressed? Is it because she's like,
you take it fresh?
What is it?
So
because I think that man, like, okay, so what if she was a good girl and then she got cheated on with somebody like that? So it's just like, it's kind of contradicting.
So I would just say, you ever looked in the mirror?
Of course.
Okay.
I do every day.
Awesome. I'm not gonna go there. The point is that like,
you can't go there. You don't know me.
I know. I'm saying a 304, right, is none other than a woman that's kind of like in the scene. Her actions kind of lead to like promiscuity, and it's more like she doesn't care about the consequences of her actions. So ultimately, it's one that wants to have fun, no care in the world, and it leads to like a lot of sex. That's what I would say.
Love sex.
A lot of sex.
Okay.
With random people.
Okay. I agree. I just think that sometimes a lot of women, they may be looked at as hoes, but they don't even be having sex.
Well,
True.
When you dress like them, people make assumptions. There's a reason stereotypes exist. General assumptions aren't necessarily a bad thing. I feel like people only don't like general assumptions that people make when it goes, when it doesn't benefit them. But if you're dressing promiscuous, people are going to think you're promiscuous. If you don't want people to think you're promiscuous, just cover up.
Oh shit.
Perfect. Yeah. That's true.
That's like we live in Dubai or something now. I'm a dress how I want to dress. I don't give a fuck.
Well, in America, you can do whatever you want. In America, I mean.
And it's up to you. You can dress how you want.
And I will still go home and lay down and not have no sex.
But if you can't be upset that people assume you're a hoe.
Right.
Because that's inevitable consequences. So if you don't care that what people think, then sure, dress that way. But you can't wear it and complain. You can't do both.
That's true.
And then I think the other important factor is that women tend to forget that men are the ones that give out relationships. So if you don't act in a certain way, guys just aren't going to give you a relationship or take you seriously. I mean, they'll never say that. They'll never say, oh, I never committed to you because, you kind of dress a little too provocatively when I'm not around. Some guys might, but they'll just be like, I
think they trying to come out about it. Like, they really love it.
They love it.
That's why you see these cases happening. They basically saying like, fuck what y'all think. We not
Wait, what do you mean
going
by
off
cases?
that no more.
I'm confused. What cases are you referring to?
Who's the girl you just said? Logan?
Nina Agdal?
Yeah.
Girl?
But
I don't know.
I don't think Logan is aware of her activities to that degree. I think he knew she dated like maybe Leonardo DiCaprio, but I don't think he knew.
Oh, so she's like in the closet.
That it's this bad.
He might have knew a little bit,
but
not to the full extent that we see now.
And then you also made a comment earlier that like, hey, well, what if a girl got cheated on or whatever? I'm a little confused. How does that have to do with anything?
Because men get with women that they want to be in this certain criteria, and then those same women get cheated on with the people who are not fit to be of a high value with a
He
value
doesn't
man.
care about her though.
I don't know them, so I can't.
The woman he
speak on
cheats
it.
on her with, he likely doesn't care about her. When I think when a man cheats on his woman, and by cheating I mean it was in the contract that we're to be exclusive. If a man cheats on his woman, it doesn't always mean he doesn't love his woman, and it usually means he doesn't care about the other woman, especially if she's a hoe.
Well, that's the difference between like having like a side relationship and just cheating. It's level.
If a man cheats on his woman, he just lacks self-control. It doesn't mean that he doesn't care about her, and it doesn't mean that he cares about
I don't think that either.
So, question for you: if your husband cheated on you, would you leave him?
No, I'd stay with him.
Okay, interesting.
We'd have a conversation. It wouldn't be an argument.
Why wouldn't it be an argument?
Because I don't argue with him. He's my man.
Wait, hold on. If your man cheated on you, you would leave?
I didn't say that. Would it be an argument? Of course.
See,
why would you argue though?
Because it's a problem.
It's a problem if you create a problem.
That he created the problem. What do you mean?
Now,
can I chime in really quick?
Yeah.
If it's okay.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I feel like, and
Merch.
you actually said it originally, it's about a contract.
Yeah.
Both parties need to understand what's going on, right? Right. So clearly, if this man is making a whole lot of money, you better expect him to
What
be
contract are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
if you
Hold
get
on.
with a
Let
guy
her
and you
finish.
choose
I think
to
she
be
was
successful,
going the right direction.
Go ahead, finish.
Okay, for the contract, and I totally believe in contracts when it comes to relationships because that's how open communication stays
Yes, ma'am.
maintained. Okay, so if let's say this guy makes a certain amount of money, he's going to, and he's taking care of you. You don't have to pay no bills. You basically just being taken care of, right? He is going to want to branch out. That's just how it is, and the reason why I know that is from experience. My last relationship was 4.5 years. We were 50-50, and yet I was paying his part of the bills.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I loved him.
That makes it not 50-50
But-
right there.
Exactly. And because of that, he couldn't tell me nothing.
The contract was breached.
she's saying she was in a leadership role.
The contract was breached because we started off 50-50, and then I ended up paying his part of the bills. So when he wanted to be in that authoritative role, I shot him down every single time.
That's valid.
Every single time.
Did he cheat on you?
No, he couldn't because he would have got kicked out.
That
He
you
wouldn't have
know
a
of.
way to get to work.
Did you leave him?
Yeah.
You hated leading, yeah?
What actually made me leave him is when he disrespected my mother.
Yeah.
That drew the line. But I'm saying all of this to say, when I was in that power role, he couldn't tell me nothing. I did what I wanted to do. Because he breached the contract. It was supposed to be 50-50, and I ended up taking control. So that means I did what I wanted to do. No, I did not cheat,
Go,
because
Queen.
that's just nasty to me.
Okay, right. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Back to what you were saying on why I wouldn't argue. I want my husband to be completely honest with me. And so in order to ensure that I get his honesty, I can't punish the truth. I can't give him a reason to feel like he has to lie to me. So if he feels that by telling me the truth, he's going to get shot down, he's going to get yelled at, he's going to get emasculated, belittled, he's not going to tell me. Whereas if I can stay rational and we can sit and have a conversation, I can get the complete truth out of him. I can ask him, do you still love me? And know for sure that he's going to be honest with me, because I'm not going to punish the truth. So that's a big reason why I don't argue with him. And then the other reason is I just find it disrespectful.
I find it disrespectful that he cheated.
He didn't. Well, that's irrelevant. You said if he cheated.
But that's, again, what I was trying to go back to with the contract thing. If y'all both understand the roles, so if he's taking care of everything and he decides he wants to plant his seed wherever or whatever he wants to do, that's kind of hard because he does have full control. He's going to want to do that. So that's why I brought up my situation, because of the fact I did not care about what he had going on because I was taking care of everything. So you have to have a contract and understand what is allowed, what is not allowed. If that's not established.
Remember, ladies, the context of it was we were talking about female promiscuity, and then she said, well, what if you get cheated on? And my argument is, so what if you get cheated on? Cheating back is never the way to go as a female.
No, I don't agree with that either.
So it doesn't.
Definitely
it's
low
irrelevant.
And if you care about,
it's irrelevant if your guy cheats on you.
It does, but it does have to be talked about.
Oh, of course.
Which is not going to be. Everybody wants to make it seem like it's going to be.
Yeah, but
just
you
a
said it in the sense
combo.
of context of like, okay, well, I can get my get back essentially. Like
No,
you
that's
almost
not
said
what
it
I'm saying. I don't want get
you
back.
You literally phrased it back with, oh well. What if a girl's promiscuous, but what if she got cheated on by a guy, blah, blah, blah. So it's like,
No,
you're
my
almost kind
thing
of
to
rationalizing
saying
it.
that was, why do we still put all of those people down too? That's what I was saying.
Put what people down in particular? Females?
Yeah.
Girls who get cheated on?
So it's tit for tat?
It's just, I don't think
Basically.
it's tit for tat. What I'm saying is, it's just like, I don't think we should put other people's value down just because it's not what a man value thinks it should be.
I don't
who
think
gives
a
out
woman's
the relationships though.
Both. A woman could say no.
Are you getting down on one knee and marrying somebody?
No.
Okay, so it's the men that give the relationships out.
Yeah.
I'm interrupting. Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. But I'm saying that it's the men that give out the relationships. So wouldn't it be fair to say that the women should kind of know and understand what men want?
I agree, but at the same time, do men know what they want? That's the question.
Some
That's
men,
what I was getting at.
Some men don't.
They've wanted the same things for centuries. It's just that women have changed.
So then why does cheating exist?
Because men want quantity and women don't seem to understand that.
Gotcha, bitch.
I mean,
you ain't give me.
Yeah, because I mean, men have wanted quantity from women for literally centuries.
Well, I mean, if you look at it,
quantity of different things. That's my point. Quantity of different things.
No, they want quantity in sexual partners and women. Men value variety to a very significant degree. So you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but it's the truth.
But she said she was talking, so go ahead, and then I'm gonna talk.
Okay, when you look at it purely biologically, our job as human species, as any species really, is to populate the earth with the most quantity and the best quality of offspring as possible, because that's how you keep your species running. And so in order for women to do that, because women are pregnant for 9 months, and then they can't get pregnant by another man again, they are biologically hardwired to want one man, ideally the man that impregnated them. And because they're very vulnerable while they're pregnant, they're not mentally as strong, there's a lot of estrogen, and they're nurturing a human life, they want a man who's masculine to protect them. So women want one man and they want a masculine man. And then men, they can impregnate whoever they want, whenever they want. So that's what they're biologically hardwired to want as a species, because that's how you get the best quality and the most quantity of your own offspring as possible.
And you would stay with someone like that?
I mean, I don't. The only reason I married
you're vouching
him,
for it.
the only
So
reason
that
I
means you would
married
be with
him
someone like
is
that.
because of the type of person he is and the type of relationship we have. So if I thought he was the type of person that would go behind my back,
but you're
and
saying
sleep
that
with
he
other women, then I
biologically
wouldn't-
wants to put his offspring in everybody, so that means
Yeah,
you
and
would be
that's
with
every
someone
man.
like that.
Well, if you want to be with a man,
I mean,
I'm just saying.
So she's saying in a
If you wanna
nutshell,
be with
if
a
man can
masculine
cheat,
man-
he'll probably cheat on you. And for the most part, you may not like it, but just how men operate.
I think it depends on the man. And
Thank
on the
you.
it
woman.
does. It does
Understand.
depend on the man,
How they were
absolutely.
Because I don't like the idea that every single man cheats.
So you say you don't like
Well-
it, but reality is reality. And look, I get it. It's not comfortable, but it's reality. And I'm just curious for you. Would you let your man cheat on you? Would you stay?
No, I would leave.
Why?
And
Because he
Because-
should be better at covering it up at least. You shouldn't
Something.
I mean, she
Why
ain't
would you
lying.
want
though.
him
She
to
ain't
lie
that
lying.
is fair. That is fair.
She ain't
But why
lying.
would you leave?
But
Well-
no, did you guys not just see the ludicrousness of what she just said?
Roll out.
Like, yo, like you said, I don't think all men cheat. But now you're saying, oh, just cover it up.
Because it's true though, like that's disrespectful if I find out.
But it doesn't change the fact that they still cheat.
You were at Lil Pump's party, right?
yes.
How
I
many
was.
guys there had girlfriends? A bunch of them. and they-
Actually they
Who's married? If you're not married, it don't matter.
they stop it. They all had backup girlfriends because they was all trying to get at me. So
Not all.
I
That's the
promise you.
point. So you're in an environment where you can see it live in color. So it's gonna happen.
But I don't think they were like serious either. I think they were just like booty calls.
The point is,
'Cause if they were serious, then it would be like social media verified, like posting pictures together.
not
just-
really.
Okay, I'm not saying you have to be on social media together, but I'm just saying like
Okay, back to her, man.
Okay.
So listen, if you find out your man cheated on you, why are you gonna leave?
well, I feel like that would be a discussion that we would like have before even getting in a relationship. And obviously, I was gonna ask when you guys were talking about it, I was gonna ask if a relation like this, who's like, for example, you and I are in a relationship, let's say, right? I'm making the most money. Does the power come to me because I'm making the most money?
Generally, if you're making the most money in this setup, then yes, you would have the reins on a relationship. However, it should be the man in that role.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a conversation that I would have with obviously the person I was with. And if it has to be a mature conversation, like, hey, are you still willing to just be me and you? Or are you going to maintain me and are you going to like me stay at the house and you pay my bills and then me be loyal to you? And
So you're saying if he takes care of you, you're cool with it.
I would obviously maybe like be a throuple or like something like where we can.
Throuple?
Or what?
I mean, yeah, like a relationship between like other people.
Triple couple.
So you'd be cool with a threesome?
Not a. Yeah, I guess.
So
yeah,
two girlfriends, which is so basically two wives in the house, same house.
yeah.
I'm down
But
with that if he has money.
if he has money, I've been asked before, and then like, yeah, I
What
would.
if he has money and you don't love him? Would you?
I wouldn't
do
be
that?
with somebody that has.
I was just curious.
No, I wouldn't be in a relationship where obviously
Did you accept that throuple request that you got before?
I was in a relationship with him, so no. But I'm just saying, like, it was mentioned, like, hey.
Did he not make enough money for you to accept that from him?
Oh, no, he was making a lot of money. But it was just, like, basically, I wasn't ready to settle down is what I'm trying to say. Like,
Weren't you guys already settled down in a relationship?
No, we were talking about it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
It was
so
just, like, we were
it came up.
talking, and it came up. Like, you just go out casually after, like, a couple of dates, and then it was brought up. But
Okay, so why didn't you want to, so he asked you to be his girl, and you weren't ready for that?
no, he didn't ask me to be his girl. We just casually went out to drinks and just went out.
You just
And-
said he propositioned you for a throuple.
It got brought up the
general.
idea in the future, like, hey, would you be down for that in the future?
He was asking her on like on a date. What do you think about this in the future if we were together?
Was that a date, or you guys actually in a relationship with this third person?
No, it was just a date.
She confused us earlier.
Because the
Sorry.
throuple is like a long-term relationship.
Yeah, long term.
Okay, so you're so
In theory.
I'm confused.
I went on a date with the guy, and it was just he was making a lot of money, and then we were about to settle down, and then he asked me, "Oh, would you be down for it?"
Why did you want to commit to him?
Because I wasn't ready to settle down, and I wasn't ready to commit to that one person.
Did
And
you have
then-
better options?
No, not that. But I also obviously I know that when you're in a relationship, you have to respect one another, and then I wasn't ready to do that. I wasn't. I wanted to go out with my friends because I'm 20, and just
Have fun. Experience life.
experience life, but not yeah.
So then you shouldn't be in a relationship.
No, of course
She
it
knows
does.
that.
That's why she didn't
That's
do
why I
it.
didn't go
Or-
and be in one.
Okay,
Talking.
for you, if you had a guy,
Is he still around? Does he still hit you up?
No,
Do you think you fucked up?
no, because I'm still not ready to settle down.
Okay.
When I am,
he
maybe.
found somebody better. Don't worry.
Okay. No, I just very interesting. You didn't want to settle down with the guy, and you had money. Was he like attractive to you? Like, what made you say like, I don't know if I want to? Was it purely just because of you wanting to be out there?
I wanted to go.
So it had
out.
nothing to do with him.
It had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with the money. It had nothing to do with the trouble.
It was just
no,
you.
it was just me because I know you have to respect one another.
Of course.
I can't go out and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be loyal to you and love you, and then
Understandable.
I'm going out, and then it's just
Looking back, do you think that was a smart move?
yes, because I know that he wouldn't want as again with Logan Paul thing. You want your girl to represent you,
Yeah.
and like, and then you don't want to be as a high value man. You don't want a girl that's working at a club, going out, and then be represented by that.
So you kind of shielded him from the shame you were going to put him through.
I guess if you
Wait,
want to
I
put it
have a
like
question. If you didn't see yourself with him in the future, why were you talking to him in the first place?
that, just to
Oh,
go
shit.
out and just get to know one another.
I'm not trying to throw shots, by
No,
the way.
I know.
I'm just genuinely curious.
just to go
Experience in
out.
life.
Listen, he was an experience for her, and she was not ready to commit to it. Is that simple? But
Yeah, basically.
and then for you, if you had a man, because I didn't forget about you.
Mm-hmm.
He cheated on you. Would you stay?
It's hard because like I feel like I value loyalty so much, but if it's a relationship like she's explaining,
Mhm.
I could maybe do it, but I don't want to accept it. But I know in reality that's like what you have to accept. I just haven't gotten there yet.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
Before my husband, if someone was like, if your man cheated on you, would you stay? I'd be like, no, that's disrespectful. But because of the type of relationship where we're super open and honest and there isn't really any arguing, and I can be certain because there's no lies that if he says he loves me, then he does. And if he says he's going to be monogamous with me, then he'll stick to his word. Since we have that relationship, that's why I say I would stay with him if that happened. It's unlikely, but I would stay with him.
I feel like trust is a big thing. It would have to be like
Yeah,
full
trust.
trust.
And I think going back to the contract thing, if in the beginning you made the deal that it's exclusive and he goes behind your back, then that's disrespectful, but it also says something about you because, as I was saying earlier, if you don't want to be lied to, you can't punish the truth. So if he felt like the truth was going to be punished and he couldn't come to you with the truth, or even come to you with the fact that he was interested in other girls, that's because you have created that type of dynamic where he doesn't feel like he can be honest with you.
Or it's because of his family upbringing and having to tiptoe or walk on eggshells.
That's possible too.
It's not always.
It's not.
This
isn't the situation every time. Obviously, there are some exceptions, but I would say generally, if you're being lied to, it's your own fault.
Damn.
Are you serious?
What the?
No, that's just insane.
Based. Okay.
It sucks and it's not
like
fair and it's
what
not
science
fun,
book
but it's
is
just
this?
true.
That's like excusing people with trauma, though.
People are honest with me. People tell me the brutal truth because
No,
I make it
everybody
clear.
don't tell you the truth. People lie to you every day.
Well, yeah, obviously, but people who know me well tell me the truth because I make it very clear the truth isn't going to make me emotional. You don't.
Why wouldn't it? You don't have emotions? That's very shallow.
No, I have. Of course, I have emotions.
She just
but
knows
I'm
how to
able
control
to
them.
exactly. I'm
Everything
able
is
to
science for you.
rationalize.
You're not putting any emotion into anything.
That's not true at all.
I don't think so.
I'm very happy in my marriage. That's an emotion.
But you saying that you not arguing with your man is gonna make him still tell you the truth is not correct.
All right, elaborate.
You arguing with him or you being calm and sitting down? Actually, I think it will make him cheat on you more that you're not arguing. He don't think you give a fuck. He don't think you give a fuck at all, and that's the problem.
Of course. Did you not hear me say that we're very honest with each other? He knows exactly how I feel about him.
Right, but that has nothing to do with how you react.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I get what you're saying. But
I do too.
But she's right. You know why? Because as a man, if my girl's cool with me doing what I do, I'm like, damn, you know what? I don't trying to do this
She's
and hurting her a
special.
little bit, but she can handle this. You know what? I'll make sure that she's good to go because ultimately
Good to
speaking,
go.
no.
Because she stands
Good
out.
to go.
She's,
If you're nagging at me all the time, if you're always nagging, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna cheat whenever I want to because you're nagging.
No,
You're
but
annoying.
that's the thing.
We
It's the
don't
difference
want you.
between
But if you're
nagging
cool-
and bringing something to the surface.
No, but
of course,
if you're
I'll
cool
bring
about
it to the surface.
then I'm cool with it.
Of
It's
course,
about
we would
being
talk
his
about
peace.
it.
So if she was just
Exactly.
You gotta be his peace.
You can't nag at
I
him.
get that.
He's not going to want
be
you.
his peace, but also don't just sit there like this.
I mean, you
Be
should.
like, you cheated. Oh, so what?
You think that's
happened?
how it would go down?
I mean, when you say no arguing, you mean like no.
It's a
elevated-
discussion. Why wouldn't you, why would you want to argue?
Arguing can go on different levels.
When you're arguing, there's so much emotion that's happening and yelling, and people get offended, and you can't really get down to the truth. Right now, I would consider what we're talking about a debate. I wouldn't say that it's an argument
I
because
agree.
I don't think we're acting very emotional. So I can understand your point, and you can understand mine
Right.
because it's a debate. But if we were shouting at each other, I wouldn't even care about your point. You wouldn't care about my point. So it's not that I wouldn't talk to him about it, and it would be an honest discussion, but I'm not going to scream at him, and I'm not going to disrespect him and make him feel like he has a reason to lie to me.
Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that for sure.
Okay, you don't know that.
I mean, she's
until-
married, so
I am married. And he
It don't
married me for
matter.
a reason.
What matters is the situation that can make those emotions come up out of you. That's what I'm saying.
I also married him because I trust his word. I trust that when he says he'll be loyal to me, he'll stick to it. And the reason I trust that is because when there are truths that I don't want to hear, he tells me.
That's beautiful.
But that's because of me. That's because I don't give him a reason to lie to me.
I'm serious. I'm not even playing.
That's nice.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. But at the same time,
uncommon in relationships.
at
So
the
I
same
understand.
time, I just feel like when I say argument, I think you mean like it got to be chaotic. Sometimes it just means expressing yourself at a level that's not calm.
why are
That's
you
what I-
punching your hands like that?
When you're calm, you
about to
can
punch niggas?
understand the
I
other
might.
person better. And it's not like you said, are you just emotionless? Of course I'm not emotionless, but I would say throughout my life, I've mastered being able to understand the objective truth regardless of how it makes me feel. And that's an asset. That will help you a lot. If you go through life super emotional, you won't get anywhere. And I mean,
No, it got to be a balance.
the most successful men are completely rational, and women don't often get as successful as men because they can't have that rational thought. And obviously there are exceptions. I'm not saying all women are super emotional all the time. Obviously there are exceptions, but overall, there's a reason why men are more successful, and it's because of that rationality.
They're
so when you're
supposed to be.
yeah, and that's why they're rational. It's the dynamic that I explained before, what we're biologically hardwired to be. So when a woman is pregnant and she's extremely emotional, she needs a man who can be rational to be her, someone she can lean on and someone she can look to.
Yeah, her rock.
How many ladies on the panel? I want to ask the ladies here. How many of you agree with her, and how many of you agree with her? I want to get the other
I'm
ladies.
agreeing with some of the things she's saying. It's not a big disagreement. I just feel like she's way too relaxed about cheating.
I mean, it's that's a pretty big disagreement, though.
It would upset me, but I wouldn't scream at him. You asked if I would argue with him.
You wouldn't scream at all?
Yeah.
No, of course
You're basically
not.
telling her to engage
punishing
him.
the truth.